Welcome everyone to Peak Form Strength Training for Beginners Week 1. We are going to start with a warm-up here, starting with jumping jacks. Each exercise will be about 30 seconds. And here we go. The warm-up is designed just to get blood pumping, get the major muscles working, get them ready for the strength training that will be coming. Keep going. So after jumping jacks, we'll be going into step overs. Step overs, you want to pretend that there's an invisible fence in front of your knee and you're trying to step up and over the fence with each side. This helps loosen up the hip rotators around the glutes, the hip flexors, adductor muscles, abductor muscles, and you're going to go forwards and you're going to go backwards. So again, stepping over that invisible fence that's about knee height. As you get loosened up, try to go a little higher with each step. If you don't have much room, you can do this standing in place, but if you have a little bit of room, try to walk forward and backwards. Now we're going to go into toe walks. So we're going to stand onto our toes and you're going to walk forwards, keeping your heels elevated as high as possible. Small steps, standing up nice and tall like a rope's trying to pull your head to the ceiling. With all these exercises, trying to think about good running form, good running posture, standing nice and tall. As you get more into the toe walk, you can try speeding up the pace a little bit. Taking smaller, quicker steps, back and forth, or if you don't have the room, just walk in place. Now we're going to transition to heel walking. So we're going to lift the toes up off the ground as high as possible, standing up nice and tall, walking forwards and backwards, keeping those toes from hitting the ground. Back and forth, and as you get into it, you could try picking up the pace a little bit, taking faster steps, shorter steps. But this is a great exercise to warm up the front of the shins. Common complaint for new runners dealing with anterior shin pain. Now we're going to go into some leg swings. So you're going to kick the foot forward and backwards, and you can do this standing still and just go for about 10-15 seconds on each side. Or you can do it walking, where you kick the foot out and back and take a step. If you are losing your balance when trying to do this in a stationary position, you can hold on to a foam roller on the opposite side of the leg swing to keep a nice balance. So now we'll get into the walking. So we're going to kick forward, backward, forward, stance. And then we're going to go to the other side, forward, stance. And just go back and forth. And again, if you don't have room, then you can just stay standing still, swinging the legs back and forth. And as you get loosened up, try to increase that leg swing to really stretch out the hamstrings, the hip flexors. Now that we're warmed up, we're going to start our core work, and we're going to go down on the mat for the first exercise. We're going to do a double leg glute bridge, keeping the core engaged, hips rock back towards the ground, back flat on the ground, and we're going to press up, squeeze the glutes on the back side of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong contractions at the top end of the motion. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to switch into a single leg glute bridge. Same core engagement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's switch legs. And if you're starting to get fatigued, you don't have to do all the reps. Just do as many as you can do while maintaining proper technique. 3 on the other leg, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to go into a side plank. Now for the side plank, we're going to do a combination of holding and repetitions. If you're new to side planks, start on your knees with your forearm on the ground. If you have a little more strength in this position, go ahead and straighten out your legs and press up from the ankles. Here we go. So we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold. And 1. Now switch to the opposite side. It's the same thing. You can start from your knees or straighten out the legs, whatever you're comfortable with. And here we go. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Rep. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 2, 1, 2. Hold. And 1. Come out of the side plank. Now we're going to go into a hamstring bridge. So just like before, except now we're going to extend your legs out further away from the body, and this will engage more of your hamstrings. So you want to keep your feet, toes elevated, heels dug into the ground. Pull the heels towards your butt to help pre-engage the hamstrings, and now lift your hips up off the ground. 1, 2, 3, be mindful of your core. Make sure you're holding that posterior tilt. The hips rock backwards, back flat on the ground. And last one. All right, shake those hamstrings out a little bit because they sometimes will get a little tight after that exercise. Now we're going to go into a high plank position. We are going to do a high plank with shoulder taps. So push-up position to start, feet just wider than your mat or just wider than hip width. The wider you are, the more stable you will be. And then we're going to tap the shoulders. So try to maintain nice neutral body position, tapping the front of the shoulders, trying to avoid excessive rotations, dips side to side. If you're really struggling with this, you can bring your feet even wider, or if it's a little too easy, then you can bring your feet a little bit more narrow like I did in the video. And keep going. We're just going for time. Just go for a nice burn in the abdominal muscles, core muscles, and good. Next exercise, we're going to go into a sideline position. Arm's going to be straight. Same side knee is going to be on the ground. Top leg is going to be doing the work. Keep the leg relatively straight, leg in front of the body, and we're going to lift upwards and backwards to work the glute medius. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to switch sides. So again, body nice and straight, basically like a side plank position, knee down on the ground, top leg in front, leg straight, and bring it up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. Bonus reps on that side because I lost count during the video. Our body should be nice and prepped for the strength training aspect of the video coming up next. Take a little bit of a breather here, and then we're gonna go into 3 rounds of bodyweight squats, right into push-ups, a kickstand, which I will explain when we get to it, prone W&T, reverse lunge, and then we're gonna finish with a calf raise. So just take another breather. All these movements require no equipment. We're just doing body weight. And a lot of these movements are going to be our foundational exercises moving forward, where we will expand off of, we will start using some equipment to get more of a challenge from them. First exercise, body weight squats, feet wider than hip width apart. We're going to shoot for about 20 reps, but do as many as you can comfortably and go as far down as you can comfortably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For the first round, just go down as far as you can comfortably. As we get into the second and third round, you can challenge yourself even further. And that was 10. Okay, so now we're going to get into some push-ups. So for the push-ups, hands underneath the shoulders, just wider than mat width apart. You can do them from the knees or the toes. Main thing is you want to keep your core engaged, nice straight line through your shoulders, hips, and ankles. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now we are going to stand up and we're going to get into the kickstand. The kickstand is a variation of a single leg deadlift. Your lead leg is the working leg. 90% of your weight should be on that lead leg. The back leg moves about 45 degrees back and out away from the body. And you should be able to easily lift that back leg knowing that you're not putting too much weight on that support leg. And then you're going to sit your butt back and down and then press back up. So let's give it a try. 1, 2, when you're all the way down, you can try lifting that back leg up, ensuring that you're keeping most of your weight in that lead leg. For the hip motion, you can think about there's an open drawer behind you and you're trying to sit your butt back to close that drawer, knowing that you're scooting back far enough with that hip. So let's switch sides now. So again, the rear leg goes back and out about 45 degrees. 90% of your weight on that lead leg, hinge through the hip, stand up nice and tall. So let's try it. Sitting back and up, squeezing the glute at the top end of the motion. And you don't want that support leg too far back because we want to try to get full hip extension at the top of the motion. If you're too far back, you're going to limit the range of motion. This might feel easy for some of you, but this is a foundational exercise that in the future we will be adding dumbbells, kettlebells, other types of resistance to make it much more challenging and more beneficial for running. Next exercise, we're going face down on the mat and we're gonna do retraction exercises for the shoulder blades. So we're gonna put our arms into a W position, head stays on the ground, and we're gonna squeeze our shoulder blades together and a little bit down with each motion. And we're gonna do 5 repetitions and we're going to a 5-second hold. So now we're holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna go into 4 reps. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 2, 3, 4, 3 reps, and 1, 2, 3, hold for 3 seconds, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 reps, hold, 2, 1 rep, hold for 1 second. Now we're gonna go to a T position, same type of contraction, head stays on the ground, arm straight out to the side, and repping it out. 3, 4, 5, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 reps, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4 reps, 2, 3, hold for 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, hold for 2, and then 1, hold for 1. Good. Now we're going to stand up and we're going to go into reverse lunges. So stand at the front of your mat and we're going to be alternating legs. So you're going to step back lower the knee down towards the ground. You don't need to touch the ground with the knee. Stop before touching the ground. And while you're going back, keep your torso relatively lean forward so you'll sit back into the hip further. And just keep alternating. We're doing 10 on each side, so 20 total if you count all the way through. Maintaining your core. Feel your weight drop into your hips, the back side of your thigh. Press up back to standing. If this is a little too fast, just slow it down and go at a comfortable rate for you. All right. As you can see, I'm starting to work a little bit. Now we're going to finish the round with calf raises. You can do this just standing flat on the ground. I have a little ramp that I'm using just to get a little more range of motion out of it. And we're going to do double leg calf raise. So go ahead and press all the way up through your toes, real strong squeeze on the back of your calf muscles. Try to press up through your big toe to try to get as much of those calf muscles working as best as possible. Shooting for about 10 reps. And then we're going to do some single leg. And if single leg's too much, stick with double leg, just do more reps there. And if you're getting tired, just stop where you're at. But we're doing about 5 to 10 reps for single leg. Pressing up through the big toe each time. All right, a little bit of a break before we start the next round. And we're gonna go through a little more quickly this time. We will start with the bodyweight squats again and run through that circuit 2 more times. All right, so get ready. Feet just wire and hip width apart. I'm going to bodyweight squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you're getting used to it, try to go lower, really feel it into your glutes, back of the legs. Start getting tired, you can always stop at whatever number you're on. You don't have to do the full 20. Okay, now we're gonna switch back to doing push-ups. So again, you can do knees or from your toes. We're gonna do 10 push-ups. Keep your body nice and straight. I'm going at a pretty fast tempo. If you need to slow down, that's fine as well. Just do what you are comfortable with. Now we're switching to the kickstand. So again, sitting back and down through our hip and standing all the way up nice and tall. Lead leg has 90% of your weight. Shoot for 10 on each side. Think about sticking the butt towards the wall behind you. Little movement through the knee, main movement is through the hip. Switch sides, 10 on the other side now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Get one more round to practice that one. That one's a challenging one if you haven't done it before. Now we'll go face down on the mat and go to our W's and T's, and we're going to rep them out and hold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, and 1, 2, hold, 2, 1, and hold. Good. Now we're going to go to T, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, and 1, hold for 1. Now we are going to stand back up and we're going to go into reverse lunges. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, you don't have to touch the ground with the knee, just go down as far as you can comfortably, have a nice rhythm, lean the body forward just a bit so that then you can really sit back and down into your hip. Keep going. Doing 10 on each leg, and if you need to slow it down, please do. I'm going at a relatively fast tempo. Really focusing on pressing up through the hip with each step. And shake it out. And we'll finish the round with the calf raises, so go over to a wall. And this time I'm going to do just single legs, so doing about 10 on each side. But if you're just starting off, just stick with double leg and do 10 to 20 reps double leg. Doing 10 on each side single leg. You can use a wall or a door handle for some support. Okay, so we're going into our last round. I was definitely starting to feel it after those first 2 rounds. Grab some water if you need to. And then we're going to go into the third and final round, starting with squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Challenge yourself, trying to go as deep as you can. Or if you're getting tired, this is the third round, you can ease up on the depth, or you can just not do as many repetitions. But try to finish strong. Okay, now we're gonna go to our final round of push-ups. Again, knees or toes, whatever you're comfortable with. Do as many reps as you can with proper technique. Keep your body nice and straight. And you can slow down the tempo if you need to. I am going at a relatively fast pace. Okay, now we're going to standing to finish up our kickstand deadlifts. Just working on the technique. And as I said earlier, this is going to be a movement that we expand upon in the upcoming weeks. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One more for good luck. There we go. So now I'll switch sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just focusing on moving through that hip, keeping your body nice and straight, core engaged. Alright. Now we're going in face down, finish up with the W's and T's, and we're going to do reps and holds. So W's first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to hold 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reps 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hold 2, 3, and 1, 2. Hold 2 and 1, and hold for 1. Now go to T's. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hold 2, 3. 1, 2. Hold 2, 1, and hold. There we go. We'll stand up. We're going to finish up with the reverse lunges. For those W's and T's, just make sure you're getting a real good squeeze between those shoulder blades. Really work on that upper posture strength. Now go into the reverse lunges. And again, slow it down. I might be going a little too quick. But really focus on sitting down into your hip, get those glute muscles fired up, get the hamstring muscles fired up, and you'll also feel it in your quads when you come back up to standing. Keep alternating legs. Should feel a good burn going into this portion of the workout. But we're almost done, almost at our cool down. Just a few more reps. Should be feeling that burn. All right, now shake that out and we'll finish up with our calf raises. And I'm just going straight into single leg calf raises, doing 10 on each side. And you can always start with single leg, start getting tired and want to do a few more reps, you can then revert to double leg, or you can just start with double leg, stay there for right now if that's where your ability level's at currently. Strong pushes each time, pressing up through the big toe. Almost done. All right, finish the 3 rounds. Should be good and tired now. And we're gonna go into our cool down. So we're gonna do an active hamstring stretch, a glute stretch, and a sideline quad stretch, and then any other stretches that feel good for you that you wanna incorporate. For the hamstring stretch, you're going to reach behind your thigh, pull the thigh towards your chest, keep the thigh in that position, and you're going to actively straighten out your leg. But by holding the thigh in that position, you're going to maintain a bent knee while you're trying to actively straighten it out. Hold for about 10 seconds. Then bring the thigh out to the side and do the same thing. Try straightening the leg out, feel a good stretch in the hamstring, hold it for 10 seconds. This just gets different fibers, different orientations of the hamstring muscles to loosen up and get a stretch. And now we'll go to the other side, reaching behind the thigh, straight up towards the ceiling. Hold for about 10 seconds. Now bring the thigh out a bit. Keep that thigh pulled towards your chest as you try straightening out the leg. Hold for 10 seconds. You should feel this a little bit more on the inner hamstring or inner back of the thigh. Now we're going to go into a glute stretch. So you're going to do a figure 4 position, reach up, lock down the ankle, so pull a little bit. Now you're going to rotate your whole body to the side. It's okay for your hip and back to come up off the ground, and keep your opposite shoulder pressed down towards the ground. And you can use your other leg that's not being stretched to push the leg up towards the chest to a deeper stretch. And you can reach up, grab the knee, pull a little bit more to get a greater stretch on the hip. Now let's do the other side. Figure 4, reach up, grab the ankle, pull it down to anchor it, let the hips drop to the side, foot flat towards the ground, and then use that other leg to push it up into a deeper stretch if you need it. Keep the opposite shoulder pinned to the ground, and then you can reach up if you need to with the opposite arm and pull the knee towards the ground a little bit more to increase the hip stretch. Really nice stretch for the glutes. One of my favorites for after runs. Now we're going to go into a sideline position, and the top leg you're going to grab the ankle, the bottom leg you're going to reach behind the thigh, and you're going to pull the top leg back into a strong quadricep stretch by keeping the bottom leg hooked with your arm. It just helps maintain a deeper stretch to the hip flexors and quad. And if you don't have the flexibility for that, you can just let go of the bottom leg and just pull the heel towards the butt to get a strong quadricep stretch. And I'm kind of moving the leg around, just trying to find where I feel the best stretch and holding it there. Now we'll do the opposite side. So again, I'm reaching under, keeping that lower leg pinned up towards the chest, reaching back, pulling the heel towards the buttocks, and feeling a strong hip flexor, quadricep stretch. But again, if you don't have the flexibility for that, just let go of the bottom leg and just focus on pulling the heel towards the buttocks. This wraps up week 1 for beginner strength training for running. Go ahead and give this video a like, share it with your friends. We will be releasing new videos every week, expanding on the movements that you learned in this video, keep challenging you, keep progressing your running specific strength. If you're just starting a run specific strength program, I recommend doing these videos twice per week. Each week, the videos will be slightly more challenging so you can progress along as we release them.
If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will see you next week.